everyone and welcome to my channel. It's nice to see you guys again. I hope you will enjoy the build today. I am going to make a tiny bench here, just a tiny one. It's more like a little one you can move from room to room, maybe reach the top shelf. Anyway, this is an easy build, so let's turn around and go to the table and make it. So here I am back at the table with a few of these small benches, or what you call these, that I have made for now. I am using some stir sticks for the legs, and I am using on 105 degrees. And then I am just cutting the end of my stir stick here, making sure that it is in the right angle. Then I'm measuring from the top part of this piece of wood 2.2 centimeters and I am going to place it into my easy cutter again, and I'm making sure that I am cutting at the mark, and then I'm just cutting down. So I have this kind of slanted piece here, and I'm going to sand this in both ends so that it is nice and neat for gluing and all that things. And we need 4 of these all together. Then I have a piece of wood that is 1 to 1.5 millimeters thick, and I am going to measure the width and the length that I want. And here I wanted to have a width of 2.7 millimeters, and I'm just gonna mark that down here and cut that off. There we go. Put that away, and then I am just slightly sanding this piece of wood before I continue. So that was actually the width that we were cutting here. So I am now measuring 1.8 centimeters from the edge to the 1.8 centimeters, and then I am making a line and I'm cutting that out for. So now I have the right size for the seat cut out of this little stool, a bench. And I want a hole here on the top, because as in these old ones, as I know them, there was this little hole here where you could put in your fingers and then easily lift up the little stool. And I'm going to use my Dremel multi-tool here with a small drill on there, and I am making a hole in each end of this hole that I want to have here. And then I'm just carefully cutting from one hole to another one with my X-Acto knife until I am all the way through here. This takes a bit of time, so please be patient so that you don't break your little piece of wood. Then I am using this small sanding tool that I have here. It is rounded, so I'm just using that to make the little hole here really nice and smooth and looking good. And of course I'm sanding off any residues or small pieces there would be. So now we have all the parts here, and I am using a tacky glue. This is a fast drying tacky glue, and I am putting a tiny bit of glue on one side of the leg here, and I'm making sure that it is going in the angle outwards, so from the inside to the outwards or outside. And I am making so that the connection between the two legs, they are actually touching, and they are touching around the middle of this little chair. You could go ahead and measure if you want to, but you don't really see it when it's all done. So I just eyeballed it, and I think it actually turned out really nice. And before it is drying, I am going to cut out 2 pieces of wood that fits here between the legs. So I'm just putting this one on a 0 angle, and then I am just cutting off the end of my stir stick here. And I am going to measure the stir stick at the bottom here of the leg where it is glued, so I have the right length between the legs, marking that, and then I am cutting out this little stick here. Again, I am sanding everything, even though if I don't show it, I'm sanding it everything. I do this for both sides of the little chair, so I have to place this little piece here in between the legs. I'm just placing it and I'm trying to make it straight, which can be a tiny bit difficult when you're me. Maybe you're better making things straight than I am, but I'm doing what I can, and then just placing this little piece between the legs on both sides. And that's actually it. The little stool here is all done. Now I'm just waiting for it to harden before we continue. Now we have some painting to do, and you can take a color and just paint everything. I did that on a few of mine, but this time I'm trying to make it look old, so I'm taking a dot of black colored paint here, and I am having a big blob of water. I'm also using a little of this brown color here, and I am putting that all on my little tray. And then I am just going to dip my pencil here in the water and take a tiny bit of the color, and then everything merged, but it's fine. So I'm making sure I have more water than color on my pencil. I did start out a little harsh with the black here, but it's all fine. And then I'm just popping on this wishy-washy color here everywhere where I want it. You can dab up or dab off a tiny bit of it if it's too much for you, but you need to be quick about that. But I don't really think so much about it. I'm just doing this, and I'm putting this everywhere where I think that that would be dirty from years of use or just years of standing around. So I'm just weathering this really nicely here and there, taking my time with this and just having fun. When that has all dried, I am taking my pink paint here. Actually, I need to shake it first. And then I am taking my pink paint here, and I am just using a tiny dot because we don't need much for this little one here. Dipping my pencil in it, and I'm just finding a place or two to paint this little stool, bench, whatever. I'm just painting a little on it here and there where I think it could look as some leftover paint from an old paint job would be stuck on this little one. So I'm just having fun with this and imagining where some of the paint could all sit. I waited for that to dry, and then I decided to put on a few flowers. This is some nail water decal thingy things that I got. I think that was on eBay or Ali or Temu. I don't really know anymore. But I wanted to put these flowers on there to look like stickers or something that some kid has put on there. And I should actually have put that on before I even started with the wishy-washy thing that we did in the start with the black and the brown, so that these would be under the layer of grime and dirt, but I don't know why I didn't do that. Anyway, I'm placing these in a tiny bit of water, leaving them there for a little, and then I am taking them out and carefully transferring them to my little chair. And then I'm just gonna leave it to dry. That's all there is for this little chair. You can also put these nail art stickers thingies onto the whole colored, all totally painted chair, bench, whatever we call this one. That will look really nice as well. But that's actually it, I think. Thank you for watching my video. We made a very old and used bench
So I had a lot of fun with these, and I actually made a few of them. Anyway, I hope you had a lot of fun with this as well. Thank you for watching. I'm so happy you are here. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave it a thumbs up. It's very important to me. If you're not subscribed yet, then please do. And maybe share my videos with a friend. Anyway, that's all for today. Thank you for watching and happy crafting.